Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Church Nerds. I love that intro, Norm. That was
intro music.
That is I can't take that. That is the intro for NBA on Amazon
Prime. That intro was fire.
Intro was cold, brother. I said I got to use it at least one time.
Yeah.
Shout out to Chicago's own Common for being one of the composers of that, man. That intro was amazing. Speaking of Chicago, they got their dub today. They beat the Bengals. They came back and beat the Bengals. Norm is kind of sad today. Everyone, the Lions lost.
I'm sad.
They did not play well.
But any day the Bears can get a win and the Packers lose.
And the Packers lost to the worst team in the league. Wait till Pastor B get on. We gonna have to grill him.
That's why Pastor B's late. His heart is broken. So
He probably thinks he gonna get saved by being a little bit late.
Yeah, we're gonna get past the conversation.
Nah. Right. Yeah. No, that's not gonna happen. Not with us. That's not gonna happen. But welcome to the Church Nerds Podcast, everybody. I am your host, Jay Baldwin, and of course, I got my crew on with me. We got the technician, Norman Heath, the maestro, Dewell Rawls, and Batman himself, Brandon Travis. Like we said, Pastor B is going to be on late. He'll be coming on shortly, and everybody else is pretty much busy, but we got a great show for you guys tonight. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to the Church Nerd pages. Be a certified church nerd. Be a part of the Church Nerds congregation. And of course, we got our congregates in with us. We got Auntie Delphine in the chat as always. We got Jackie in the chat with us as always. We want everybody, make sure you share this podcast. We got a good show tonight, y'all. Okay,
that's right.
We got
tag
a couple
your
of
leaders.
Tag your youth leaders.
Tag
all your youth leaders.
Mama, tag your daddy, tag everybody.
Tag everybody. Tag your pastor. Tag everybody. This is gonna be a good show tonight. All right, as the title says, we got a youth leaders conversation. All right, this is the next generation of faith. All right, we have a youth leader that is part of the Church Nerds, which is Brandon. He is the Illinois State youth leader, and we brought some of his brethren and sister on with us that also of youth leaders. First, we got the youth leader of the Greater Mountain States Council. We got none other than Adriana London on with us tonight.
Woo!
Yes. Hey, you gotta put some respect on her name. That's Pastor London.
Pastor. I'm sorry. Pastor.
That's right.
Pastor Adriana London.
Look, youth pastor, because people be thinking I'm really somebody's senior pastor. I'm youth pastor.
She's the youth pastor.
All I hear is pastor. That's all I hear.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, all the Suffragan bishops call themselves bishops, so they just delete that.
Pretty much. Get that out the way. Pastor London, is so wonderful to have you on with us. I know you are also kind of sad because Kansas City lost today to the rival.
Yeah, we're not going to talk about it.
We're going to talk about it. That's what we do here. And we have a second guest. Oh, we're getting a lot of people in the chat tonight. Welcome, everybody. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, look at that, Pastor London.
Pastor
London.
Yeah, that's my sister.
Listen, we got a second guest on tonight. We want everybody to welcome. Listen, this brother. If you don't know this brother, he started off on the drums, then transitioned to the bass, and now this is one of the baddest praise and worship leaders in Pentecost today.
He on Spotify, brother. Y'all know that? He on Spotify.
He's on Spotify.
He on Spotify. Y'all don't understand.
If y'all didn't get our international convention CD, his single "Welcome Into This Place" was trending on the charts.
Best song on it.
Best song on there. Okay.
That probably should have been.
You know what? Let's not do that. We're not doing that. Don't sow discord. Don't do that.
Hey, listen. This is my friend. This is my big little brother, man. One of the baddest bassists in the land. Your bass player's favorite bass player. Welcome to youth leader of the Indiana State Council, Minister Austin Blackman.
There he is.
There he is.
That's nice.
Second
hey, Austin. Jackie said your single went triple platinum in her house. It's triple platinum.
I'll believe it.
For real. Austin, welcome to the Church Nerds. We've been trying to get you on for a long time, man. Welcome to the show.
Yes, sir. Yes, I'm glad to be here.
Glad you can fit us in your schedule, Reverend. We appreciate it.
Yes, we know how busy you are.
Hey, man, I'm glad to be here, yo.
Now, since you guys are youth leaders and you are our guests, if you've been paying attention to the show, we know we got to ask all of our guests this. What makes you a church nerd? Okay. What are you nerdy about? What's something that folks don't know? Okay, that makes you a church nerd. We can, Adrian, Pastor London, you go first. What makes you a church nerd?
I guess what makes me a church nerd is something that people don't know. I actually find the book of Revelation and the book of Leviticus very, very interesting. I have read it probably the most out of all the books in the Bible.
Wow.
And
Really?
most people would think that that's boring and that's weird, but
I get Revelations. Leviticus, that one, yeah, that's a little bit. The Revelation for sure.
Revelation and Leviticus, my two favorite books of the Bible.
They cut you deep. They cut you deep. Austin, what makes you a church nerd, man?
I don't even know how to respond.
Honestly, I could say that I'm a lifelong learner, man. Like I'm always looking for new information. So I'm always looking to learn something during the day, whether it's about AI, whether it's about money, whether it's about, real estate, just anything that I can, kind of put my ear to and wrap my brain around. I will say that I was blessed with a type of gift to where I retain information easy. So, I never was like a person that studied for tests. I'll just, when it was time for a test, I'll be able to answer all the questions. So that's kind of my nerdy side of stuff.
I ain't mad at. Now let me ask y'all. Let me ask you two this: who's your favorite superhero, and then who's your favorite villain?
Okay, I can go first. I don't have a favorite superhero.
Really? Okay.
But my favorite villain is Thanos.
Thanos.
Okay,
Thanos. Really? Explain. This needs an explanation.
I feel like Thanos. If we go about how like mankind, they were awful. So like his reasoning for why he did it, like it was bad the way he did. Like you know what I'm saying? He was just horrible. Like he was a horrible person. But his reasoning for why, like he wanted to cut out half of the population, was like, But I don't go too deep. Y'all deep into like the comics and stuff, so I don't know his backstory. I'm going based off of Disney Wars and Endgame and all that.
Oh, okay.
You see what I'm saying? Then that's why I say Thanos.
That's cool.
But,
I got you.
That's
yeah.
cool.
That's why I say that. I don't really have a favorite superhero though. Maybe Thor. I like Thor, but yeah.
Okay. There you
Thor.
go.
Okay.
Okay, I'm
Pastor
gonna
London?
say my favorite superhero right now is Midoriya from My Hero Academia.
Oh,
anime.
okay. Anime. Okay.
I like Midoriya. I'm feeling him right now. Yeah, I like a lot of anime. I guess that's what makes me a little nerdy too. I do love. I married an anime nerd, and so I've adopted that into my heart. So, and then my favorite villain rather, I'm gonna say it's Cruella de Vil.
Oh.
Hey, that's a pull. That's a different one.
I like
Cruella
Cruella
de Vil.
Yes.
Why is that?
I'm a Disney fan too. I love Disney. But I like her style. I like the black and white, the half black, half white. I just like her style.
So you were into her killing dogs. Got it.
Don't worry about it.
I was into her style. I don't condone what she was doing. I don't condone her behavior, but she was a pretty bad villain. So
That is a
Bishop.
pull.
You're Dustin Bishop getting on you there, Adrian.
Thor.
I didn't say Thor. Look, that was Mr. Austin.
Thor cold, man. He cold. He cold.
That is hilarious. I was not expecting Thor. I mean,
I wasn't seriously. I was expecting somebody to say their favorite hero was Jesus. Honestly, I'm gonna see how I'll say it.
I was expecting somebody to say Jesus.
My favorite hero was Jesus Christ.
Oh,
Yeah. Now again, that's corny, I know, but I found.
I mean, this is the youth. This is the youth episode.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm the old man. No problem.
he is the apostolic father.
It's cool. I understand. I'm the apostolic father. So back in my day, when everything was black and white and we had talkies, do rags were
I did not. I listen. I'm sorry. I was not expecting that Cruella de Vil pull. at all.
Cruella DeVille and Midoriya is my favorite superhero.
I love it.
All right.
Well,
Hey,
I know. Well, so
who's the dude from Princess and the Frog? I like him too.
Dr. Facilier,
Oh,
Yeah,
the Shadow Man. I got you.
Shadow Man,
oh, they
yeah.
really gonna get you now.
Voodoo
I
Man.
know, but his songs was killer, man.
Ah,
You like false gods and shadows? Lord, what's going on with that Cam? I don't know.
See,
It was
Bishop
his
Ford,
music,
thank you.
man.
Bishop Ford with me. See, he's
Bishop-
with me. Thank you. Because I'm saved. That's see.
Oh, y'all not
hey,
doing my
Austin,
part. They
if
just
Bishop,
know.
if our presider's watching, he gonna pull you in the office tomorrow. Now,
Hey,
son, I'm gonna have
man.
to talk to you.
Listen, man, I'm telling you, man, he likes Star Trek and all that kind of stuff. So
He does though.
He do.
Yeah, he came on here. He told us he likes Star Trek.
That was a good soundtrack.
Somebody said
though,
there's always a
Princess and the
minister of
Frog.
music. Lord have
So
mercy.
Dang.
well, I know Austin's a big music person, and Austin growing up with us, you know, he would sometimes get with my sisters and they would be singing Disney songs. So Austin, in your opinion, what's the most? I know Brandon's a big Disney guy too. What's the most anointed Disney song?
Oh, go the distance.
I knew it. I knew he was going to say it.
It ain't
I
even
knew he was
close.
going to say it.
It ain't even close. It ain't.
Come on, Reverend.
Man, listen. Let me tell you something. I listen. So, like, one thing about me, like, I listen to film scores. Like, I love
Same. I
like,
love it.
film score, soundtrack,
Same.
and stuff like that. So, I would say go the distance, and then You'll Be in My Heart.
Mm.
You'll
Tarzan.
be in my heart.
Mhm.
That thing right
Tarzan
there,
got a
man.
good
Hey,
soundtrack.
hey,
Woo! That thing
hey,
is-
Austin, I can see you. It'll start getting chilled out your spine.
Hey, man, I'm telling you, that's a good stuff.
Tarzan got a good soundtrack. Yeah.
Oh,
To me, that's
Oh, yeah.
to me, that's probably the if it was, that's probably top 2 for me of all time.
Hercules
Really?
is turkey, man. Hercules.
Yeah,
So,
Hercules.
Yeah.
I saw this question before we get into our discussion. I saw this question, and I need to know. I need to see if the nerd congregation
What up, Jay?
and if my nerds and the guests can answer this. If you had to pick one song and throw away the other, which one would it be? Make a Man Out of You from Mulan, or Eye to Eye from Goofy Movie?
Oh. I'm going.
Eye to eye is too.
I'm going eye to eye,
too
man.
big,
I'm going eye to
I
eye.
gotta say, I gotta
Eye
say,
to eye.
eye to eye from the Google.
Hey,
That
y'all
was
choosing
iconic
to
song.
get rid of Eye to Eye, or
You
y'all?
got to
Yeah.
get rid of either Eye to Eye or
I say
get rid of Eye or Make a Man Out of You.
no, get rid of
eye
Man
to
on
eye.
You.
Get
I'm
rid of
keeping
man
eye to
out of
eye.
you. I'm keeping eye to eye.
I'm
Bishop
keeping
Ford
eye
said
to
that.
eye.
I'm keeping Mulan. I'm keeping
Richard
Mulan.
Ford.
You keeping
Man,
Mulan?
I'm keeping Mulan.
I'm keeping Make a Man Out of You. Eye to Eye,
Nah, I'm sorry.
Eye to Eye,
Wow.
but I gotta keep that Make a Man Out of You, man.
Yeah,
That song is terrible, man.
No, it's not. No, I'm not gonna give you that one, Norm.
Oh,
I'm not
Compared
gonna
to Eye to Eye,
Time out. It's not
No.
terrible. bro.
Time.
It ain't terrible.
compared to Eye to Eye, it is terrible.
Eye to Eye too
Down
radical.
business.
Eye to Eye
No,
too
it's
radical.
not terrible. Come on now.
Wait, you were just singing Eye to Eye a couple weeks ago, Brandon.
Hey, I still put eye to eye above it, but I'm not gonna say it's terrible. It's not
Okay.
No,
terrible.
Make a Man. No,
I'm
Make a
sorry.
Man. Make a Man is literally like top 10 Disney songs of all time. Literally.
Yeah, man.
I don't know.
See, look. Jessica's with us. She said, "Let's get down to business."
Keep
Come on.
Mulan.
You,
Keep
man.
the Huns. Come on, we got. The
I'm sorry, but Eye to Eye,
Eye.
the intro to Eye to Eye by itself, it's part of the
Eye to eye
playlist.
goes crazy, man. Eye to eye is.
Come on, I got myself a notion. Come on,
Eye to
come
Eye.
on. It's too good.
Whoa! I got myself in motion. First of all,
It's in motion. See, that's why Brandon gonna get it correct. Brandon gonna get it correct. Hey, this is fun, but listen, we got a good
there's our
conversation.
presiding bishop. There's our presiding bishop.
Exactly. See?
Oh,
I
nothing,
tried to tell him,
Bishop.
Bishop.
Yo, minister music is into shadows and people just cutting out half the universe.
Hey, I asked what my favorite villain was, and I told him. Man. They set me up.
Shut up.
Oh, have mercy. Yeah.
Listen,
Call you out
Bishop.
next week.
Bishop, welcome to the chat and everybody else. Listen, make sure you share this podcast. All right, we're about to have a good convo
It'll be a good
with
one.
everybody here. Now we have our youth leaders here. We got the Illinois State youth leader, Great Mountain State's youth leader, and the Indiana State youth leader. So this is the voice of the youth leaders conversation tonight. The next generation of faith. Right.
Oh, excuse
So-
me. Pause real quick. Jay, aren't you on the IYC board too?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
I am
So
on
don't-
the.
Thank you. Let's be clear. Don't leave
Thank
yourself
you.
out, bro.
I was gonna put my name, but yes, I am part of the IYC
Thank you.
board, and Sister Jessica Purnell is the secretary of the IYC. So
In the chat.
God bless you, Sister Jessica. But the first question that I want our youth leaders to answer and think about tonight, and people in the chat, I want you to also give your responses as well. You know, first question is, what makes a good youth leader? What are the tools that you need? What makes a good youth leader?
That's a great
Sister
question.
London?
I'll jump in. That's a good question. I think what makes a great youth leader is, first of all, transparency. I'm gonna say what makes a great youth leader today. I'll say that. I don't want to say overall because I don't know what made a great youth leader back then. But right now, today, what makes a great youth leader, first of all, is transparency. Not only transparency, but you gotta have a heart for the youth. You gotta have a heart that is open to listen, and then you have to have a heart that is open to caring. You got to have compassion, not just for being a youth leader, a few things, but specifically for being a youth leader today in today's time and generation. You have to be transparent with your testimony, with who you are, and then you have to learn how to listen, and you got to let them know that you care. A lot of times they just want to know that you care about what I'm talking to you about, even if it's about nothing. Just the fact that you are listening to me, you're paying me attention, and that you care about what I'm talking about. So yeah, I'll leave it there. I'll let Austin jump in.
Yeah, I would definitely agree with that. I would also say that, like, for a good youth leader, you got to have sight, and you have to be able to, like Pastor London said, like Adriana said, you got to be able to see them. You got to be able to see them where they are, and you got to understand, their culture and understanding the realities around them. You can't be oblivious to the world, and you can't be oblivious to what their likings are, what their dealings are. Like, for example, just the other day, Lindsay, she did a career fair, and she had her cameras and all that kind of stuff or whatever. And usually when you go and you got cameras and all that good stuff, like you think about taking pictures and all that kind of stuff, and they're all looking at the camera like, this is a way for me to stream. You know what I mean? And so it's kind of understanding where they are now. They don't want to be actors. They don't want to be athletes. They don't want to be rappers no more. They want to be streamers. They want to get on for 24 hours and make $10 million acting crazy on stream. So, kind of just that, you got to have sight. You got to be able to see them. So I would probably say that as well.
That's good.
That's real. Brandon, you can jump in too. What's same question?
I'm not a guest.
But you are a youth leader. Oh,
Yes.
I would. The first thing that came to my mind when you said that first part, break it down like youth leader. So I would come from just the leader aspect first. And if you're going to be a good leader, period, no matter what you're leading, you got to realize that you're a servant to those that you lead, and that it is not about you in any form or shape of the way. Though you are the face of what you're leading, it is really about how to uplift and to progress those that are under you. Yeah. And once you get that, once you tag on whatever discipline, whatever area you're going, we're talking about, youth leadership. Being a great youth leader is pretty much what my brother and sister have already said. But again, having that heart for the young people, being burdened for them, and realizing that if God is calling you to lead a specific group, be it youth, whatever, men or women, that you want to do or you're willing to do whatever needs to be done to make sure that that group is successful in every area that you touch in their lives.
Yeah.
And I'll say,
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
I was gonna say, if I could jump in right with what Brandon said, like, I want to reiterate something that he said. Like, please, like, have the burden for them, because like, if you don't have the burden for youth, like, youth will become a nuisance to you. Like, it's like a gnat, and it's like it just won't go away. And it's like when it comes to young people, they need consistency, and they need somebody that's going to be with them all the time. They need somebody who's going to be there for them all the time. And so if that's not your burden and you're taking on this task, then at that point it's going to make you break. And then when you break, you're going to lash out. And then that's where church hurt, comes in. That's where the sensitivity then becomes, well, this is why I don't go to church no way. This is why, because like you weren't burdened for it, and the burden, doesn't come from, oh, I work at a school, because like that's not the same thing either. Like youth ministry and being a teacher is two totally different things. We're dealing with, the spiritual aspect of stuff, even if you want to admit it or not. We can try to make youth ministry as natural and, as we want to, but it's ministry still. And it's a very spiritual thing. So when they come in with the attitudes, when they come in with the things that they're burdened with, you've got to be able to see them. And you've got to be able to say, I can take this on for you. And we're going to pray for you. And we're going to pray you through that. So definitely have that burden for sure. You got to have that.
Right. I was going to say, it's almost like being a parent.
Yeah.
Like if I could compare it to that, like I know we're not, their natural parent, but
spiritual.
It's almost like you have to be like and like he's saying, where you see them, there's some days where you can see when you come into the church, something's off. Like something. Yeah, you know how your parent, they'll say, "Fix your face." Like sometimes that's us, and we can see like, okay, something's going on. So they need attention today. They need a hug. They need, what I mean? Like you're touched by them. You can feel that they're dealing with something, that they're going through something. And sometimes, like a parent, you have to take them to the side away from everybody else, and say, what's going on? And then sometimes, like a parent, you got to feed them. Sometimes, and sometimes it's not always so super spiritual. Sometimes it's natural. Sometimes it's nobody showed up to my game. Sometimes it's
small stuff like that. Exactly.
Yeah. So sometimes you're also almost in a place of a parent, especially if they don't have that parental support. You're in a place of that, and so they look to you as the youth leader to fill this void. So like my brothers was saying, you had to have that burden to feel like the weight of the motherless, the fatherless child. You gotta have, there's a burden. They're not all the same at all. They're not all just like you said, teachers where you're in a class and you're teaching. Like these are all different diversities of emotions, trauma, mental health issues, past. Like there's just so much just put in this one bucket, and you as a youth leader have to know how to reach every single one of them.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna say, before you go past that, to Pastor London's point, being a youth leader means that you don't just lead spiritually, but you have to lead them through different, like she's saying, different phases of their life. So if somebody is depressed, let me be that leader that leads you through depression. If somebody is going through grief, let me try to help lead you through grief. Because the job of the leader, and I think about Moses and the children of Israel as they're going through the wilderness, I can't leave you in this wilderness. I'm the leader. I'm the one that has been chosen to help you get to the next level. And if I'm going to be a successful leader, I can't leave you in the place of your hurt. With the help of the Lord and with the team and with the church, have to be able to get a strategy from God to pull you from this place that you are to get you to that next level.
So as a question then, I mean, and the comments is going crazy. So I know we should have a good call with this. Based off what you all are saying, sounds like you all, to Jessica's point, you all have to wear a lot of hats, right? How do you navigate those spaces to be all these different things in these different situations and still remain you?
Yeah.
How do you what strategy? Because I'm sure there are people who are coming up as youth leaders looking to those. What advice would you give them to navigate these spaces to say, yeah, you got to be a parent, you got to be an advocate, you got to be a prayer partner, how do you navigate all that?
Yeah, I think first thing first is you got to be graced for it. I think, that's just, that's kind of just the spiritual aspect of it, and really understand that this is what you are called to do in this moment. And I think for a lot of that, when you're graced for it, you're given that capacity to be able to hold it. And you're given that, there are a lot of times like, naturally, I don't think, people say you're not born a leader, you learn how to lead, but you are born with influence. I believe that you're born with influence, and you're born with, you know, ever since I was in middle school and elementary school, people would just follow me. You know what I mean? Like it would be big groups of kids that would sit around me and they would be like, "Oh, you the pastor, you the bishop," you know, like they would just call me that stuff at school. You know what I mean? And I wasn't going around, you know, I was trying my best to fit in, you know, I was trying my best to, you know, and
Right.
But it was realizing that grace was on me, and then knowing that, okay, you have to embrace it, you have to walk in it, because the more that you kind of shun away from it, the more that will overwhelm you. And so you have to give yourself fully into it, give yourself fully into the call, give yourself fully into the ministry. And, you know, of course, much prayer, you know, much rest, like, you know, try to find that, you know, I know they say like work-life balance doesn't work, you know, but now you got to do like work-ministry-life balance. And so you have to find,
Right.
sometimes the ministry aspect is more stressful than the work. And then I bet you got life, you know, and so I think from that standpoint, it's really, really like, you know, praying, rest, and, you know, just being aware, man, like engulf yourself, not in the ways of the world, but put yourself in their world, see what they got going on, see what's happening. You know, it's important if you are a youth leader to have some, you know, awareness of TikTok. You don't have, you know what I'm saying? You don't have to act on it. But you've got to know at least what 6-7 is. You know, like
Right.
they're gonna say it a million times, and they're gonna do this, and then you're gonna.
Right.
Does anybody really know what that is, though? I'm just saying, like,
It means
I know it's from a song.
I looked it up. It means nothing. It literally it means
It
nothing.
literally means nothing.
But like you said, you got to be conscious. You have to be
Yeah.
conscious of these things going on, because like Minister Austin said, the scripture says we are in the world, but we're not of the world. You need to know, you got to understand what's going on. To be a good leader,
Yes.
period, you need to know what's going on the outside in order, because you're going to have those people, those young people that are going to come in. This is a generation that's not church. Let's first of all, let's say that. They didn't grow up in church. Okay, so when they coming in, everything is just completely brand new.
Yeah.
You know, they don't know about coming to church and wearing skirts all day, every day. Okay, they don't know about coming to church and dressing a certain type of way or saying stuff a certain type of way. They just don't know. They don't know. Go ahead, Sister London.
I would say this is why, just even to Norm's question, this is why it's important to know that you are called for this. I think it's easy for ministries to just put anybody with the youth, anybody with the kids. But let's be honest, for you all that do have children on the podcast right now, would you want just anybody with your kids?
No.
Right? Like, so
Nah.
you have to know that you are called for this. You have been positioned for this. You have to know that it's not just filling a space. It's not just filling a void. Like, you're not just daycaring young people. You are literally, you got to know, like he said, you are graced for this. Like, you got to know that, you know, this is like, you put this on your back. Like, this is real ministry. This ain't, you know, playground ministry. This is for real ministry. Like, you are literally ministering to the next. You're living the now, really. But, you know,
now, and then to Norm's point too, and to Adriana's point, even more so, because I was going to go there too, and to what Austin said, being graced for it. You know, God tells Jeremiah, before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee, and ordained thee a prophet unto the nation. So even before he ever opened up his mouth to prophesy, he was called to be a prophet. Youth leaders and people that are leading now, that are graced for it, that have been called for it, you have to know before you got the position that God put something in you in order to be effective in that ministry. And a lot of times, you talk about wearing different hats. You might not know how to wear the hat, but it's when you get engrossed in the situation, when the situation comes about, you figure out what God has put in you that you didn't know was in you, because the fire hadn't been turned up to reveal what's in you. But when you really know you're graced for it and you go through a certain situation, you'll find that God has given you all things that you need to be successful in this ministry and in that moment.
I like how Brandon, Minister Elder Brandon, brought that out. It kind of brings me back. Associate Pastor, I'm sorry.
You guys just call me Brandon tonight. Praise the Lord.
It really brings out.
What do you say?
It really. Associate Pastor now?
No.
That's
That was
how
for real
real started
too.
in the church. See,
I thought he was for real too.
Man, I was like, come on,
now
dog.
I'm gonna be pulling Bishop Moore off his phone. When I hear about this, you becoming no, Bishop.
No.
Well, you know,
I really want to piggyback off what everybody's saying, because what everybody's saying is real good, and everybody in the comments is saying good stuff too.
It's a good one.
The piggyback of what Brandon said, it really comes to light when Jesus chose his 12. A lot of the 12 thought they were unworthy, but Jesus saw that no, you guys are going to go out and preach my name unto the nations.
And I don't mean to cut you off. And they were young. They were
young.
People don't talk.
Hold on, wait. I was about to say they were young. They were young. Not only they were young, their leader was young. Jesus was only 33.
But
Right.
Let me
they
stop.
were much younger than him. Peter was probably the next closest age to Jesus, but he was still young.
Exactly.
Like they were like late teens, early 20s. That's why they had all the trouble. But you know what I'm saying?
Man, that's what I'm saying, dog.
That brings up a whole nother conversation, but you know,
What conversation is that, Darrell? Please.
I'm just saying. So some of these leaders we got, you know, they. But anyway.
Well, no. I think you raise a very good point, and this is something that it transcends generations.
Yeah.
Where people are in positions probably longer than they have to be, or they're the wrong age for the position you put them in.
Yeah.
I mean, let's just be honest. Yes, I'm a youthful guy, but I got gray hair on my face. You don't put me with the youth, with the teens. Okay.
We're gonna make you a youth pastor, Norman.
Right. It's like, wait a minute, sir, you have children or grandchildren. Why are you hanging out with the? No, that's wrong. So, no, I think you raised a good point. Now I realize in some churches it's a necessity just because of lack of human resources. However, if it's an actual choice you're making, then that may be a different situation. That is my personal opinion on that.
That's true.
I really
I
like
will
that,
say-
Brandon. I didn't realize. I was like, they were all young, and
They were all
the
young.
leader was young. I did not put two and two together.
And two, I don't mean to get off into theological stuff, but you take me there.
I like that.
That's the genius of God, I would say too, because he imparts his word and his knowledge into youthful vessels that can last the test of time, that can carry this thing for a while and make sure that it's effective. Even though he's not going to be here, they're going to live to get, older. Of course, they all got martyred and things like that. But except for John. But he put it in those young people.
Yeah.
Because one, they had the strength, they had the vitality.
Yeah.
And two, they can live longer to make sure that when it's time for them to go off the scene, that everything is in the right place. It's not a lot of quick transitions, but the people as the church were growing, they saw Peter, they saw James, they saw John, they saw these individuals through different transitions of their life and still can look to them as stalwarts and foundation in the faith. So,
But can I say this though? Can I say this?
Go ahead.
Every Timothy needs a Paul.
Right.
So
Come on.
I do want to say, because I don't want, we got bishops watching and stuff. I don't want them to think. I don't want them to think we just anti-old.
no.
We love you all.
Yeah.
But as youth leaders, like we still have to have a leader.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Like every Timothy still needs a Paul. You know what I mean? Like Jesus still had to have, John. He had his close circle. He had his people too that, he was able to confide in and bring with him in those intimate moments. So when it does get heavy for the youth leader, like we have to still have somebody, that's been there, done that, that we can come to, that can pour into us, that can pray for us, because it's a lot. And especially like we were talking about in today's time, it's different. It's completely different. Like it's some hard and heavy stuff. We're dealing with children that are coming to church without their parents. Like,
Right.
Yes.
Walking. They walking.
Catching the bus, calling other people to pick me up. And guess what? The parents ain't coming outside to even see who's picking them up, where they going, what they got on.
Don't care.
Yeah.
Don't care when you drop them off. Don't know where they been the last 5-6 hours. I mean, it's different.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I think it's important too, as youth leaders, that like Adriana said, like if you don't know what to do, the next best thing is to model your pastor. And so it's like, there have been many a times where, even like my first time ever preaching, You know what I mean? Like nobody taught me how to preach. Nobody taught me how to, read, that's our SED, the text and all that kind of stuff. But Bishop say something all the time. He'd be like, preach like Papa taught you, or teach like Papa taught you, or sing like Papa. And you'd be like, Bishop, we never sat in a classroom and you taught me. But what he's saying was, I've modeled this for you. There's a reason that Moses and Joshua was able to do that take that next generation. It was because they were closely together. Joshua was able to watch him. And Joshua was able to watch him, but he was born and he was of that generation. So he was able to have their mind, their knowings, their will to be able to
walk the text, Austin. Walk
carry them into the next generation. And so that's the importance of, I think, having youth leaders that are of somewhat of the higher, the older age of the current generation, but also having someone above them or over them that they can go and they can glean from. You know what I mean? Like, not every young person wants to be led by a young person.
Yeah.
Right.
I think that's a misconception too sometimes in youth ministry. Like, that's why I was going to say something when Norm said it. I'm like, the gray hair, you may look at that as something that would disqualify you. But for a lot of people, especially,
but they look for that.
We look for that. I'll be 28. I'll be 28 on Friday, right? Like, for me, I probably don't want to be led by another 28-year-old. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
I want somebody that has at least been or touched where I'm going.
Yeah.
So
I'll tell you what I call them at our church. I call them the OGs.
Yeah. Yeah.
They know who they are. I call them OGs. Those are our the ones that they've been there, done it. And it's respect. It's out of love. But it's like y'all the originals. Like y'all been there, done it. We need y'all.
Right. So what you're describing essentially is sustainability. You're building a culture where everybody pours into the next person. Right. Like it goes back. I was watching some seminar at the Church of God in Christ, and the guy was saying, every person, your sphere of influence, no matter how great you are, and I've told this story before, is 20 years in the future and 20 years in the past. That's your sphere of influence, right? So the way you set your model up is your 80-year-olds connect to the 60-year-olds. So the 60-year-olds keep the 80-year-olds relevant, and the 80-year-olds pour their path into the 60-year-olds. Your 60 goes to 40, same model. Your 40 goes to 20, same model. So that way, every generation overlaps into each other. Yeah. So that way, to your point, Austin, yes, somebody in their 40s can pour into you in their 20s, but then you in your 20s can pour into somebody in their teens. Yeah. Thereby, everybody keeping everybody connected, and the church keeps rolling.
Absolutely. That's how.
So where did the gap come from? Can I ask that?
The gap came from
the gap.
Here is the gap. Here is the gap. Now, this is in my opinion. No. I was going to say, no, you're not wrong, though. You're not wrong.
I know.
Right. There was a generation in which the leaders of some point stayed on too long and did not engage the youth of that era.
Yeah.
So that era decided, okay, we're going to go.
Yeah. Yeah.
So so now you have a hidden generation that has left.
Yeah.
And now you have leaders who can't stop because there's nobody under them. And then the leaders below them, they can't go up because there's nobody to teach them. So that's where your gap comes in.
Yeah. Which then the weight and the pressure, is put on the young that are coming up that aren't necessarily equipped yet.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So then it's like, okay, well, you're 25, you do this and try to help us grow our youth ministry. And it was like, whoa,
no, also, I was just about to go there. I was just about to go there. Yeah. Y'all can answer if y'all want to, and I'm sure the leaders in the chat can answer. But how many of us, as we talked about earlier about being graced and anointed for, but how many of us were just voluntold to be in these positions, and then now you have to find some type of grace to do this?
Question?
This is Church Nerds. We talk real on this show. Go ahead. And if you have the answer in the Church Nerd congregation, well, my sister Jackie gonna answer truthfully. She just said me.
She said me.
A long word. Yes. But go ahead and answer this. If y'all want to answer, y'all can go ahead and answer. But we talk about transparency and being youth leaders because that's what the youth are looking for. To being honest. So Pastor London, if you could answer, go ahead.
If you can answer.
I'm trying to figure out how to answer this. Okay, so
You're graced for this. You're graced for it.
I mean, long answer short, I was voluntold. I was walking into, this is when we were Western Regional States Council. I walked into a service. We had the youth outside. We had our thing going on. We came in. I walked in. Everybody's clapping. I'm like, what we clapping for? I'm clapping too. I'm like, and it was like, Adriana London is our new youth chairman, and I was like, huh? What is that? I don't even know what that is.
Yeah.
You know, and they're like, you're gonna do a great job. You're gonna do this. You know, I'm like, okay. Now this is before I became youth pastor. So then I want to say maybe a year or two later, my pastor sent me a message and said, I think you will be a great youth pastor. And I was like, can I pray about it?
No.
You know? No, really. I was like, can I? Because I didn't see this, you know, I didn't know this was the card that I had been dealt. I honestly, I didn't see this for myself at all. Like when I say completely blindsided, I had my own plans of what I was trying to do. Didn't have nothing to do, you know, with none of that. So I did pray about it. I called our youth president. I called Pastor Sears, and then I called another bishop. And you know, I talked to my mom about it, and so yeah, like it took me about, because I only had 3 days to give him an answer. So on that last day, then I let him know I accept, and then literally like that next week, I was ordained as the youth pastor of our church.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yep. Sounds about
Just
right.
like that. Just like that.
Evangelist Purnell put it a much better way. They can see.
Yes.
Well, it's their job.
They seen what I did not see because I did not see it.
Yeah.
But I'm glad. I know it was
Austin.
God. Let me say that. I know it was God. And I'm glad I accepted the call.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess for me, I would say I would rather it be that way than for you to know that you called to it and you never get caught. Like you never get. You know what I'm saying? Like, because then that would create a whole thing where I'm going to go where I can be used. You know, rather than I'd rather be voluntold. I would say probably called.
You know what I mean? Good.
Yeah,
that's good, Black Man. That's good.
Because it was like, you know, you knew, like, even though like Adriana said she didn't see it for herself, there was something in her that knew that as far as like that grace of that, you know, it may not have looked that way.
Had the potential.
Yeah, it was something in there. It was something in there that was, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think every person, you know, if you know, whatever you're called to, you have an inkling, like, you know, it's coming. It's just like at that point when it does come, then it's like, whoa, like I'm not as ready for this as I thought. And it was like, you know,
okay, Moses.
And I thought I wasn't old enough either.
Yeah,
I was so used to leaders being old. Like I was not used to someone my age being. I'm like, wait a minute, like I didn't see that. You know, so for me, I'm like, I'm not even old enough. Like, hold on.
Yeah.
So,
but I think it's necessary though. I think you're necessary, you know, especially for, you know, where you are. You can see the impact of what you're doing, and you can see your influence. So it was literally the best call. I think
it's the best thing I could ever do.
I know it.
Well, I'm glad y'all love this so much, but I got a much harder question for you.
Okay.
And this is for Brandon too, because he fits this mold. No, so all three of you are state youth leaders, and you all do an amazing job. Again, y'all know me, I'm the media guy, so I'm always watching everything. You all do an amazing job. Brandon with I Pray, I tell you all the time, that's super phenomenal.
Oh wait, so we talk about I Pray. Somebody on this podcast signed up. It didn't show up.
What?
They registered and everything. I got excited. I said, "Oh Lord, we were gonna have church now." Then didn't show up. Lord.
Okay, so we gonna look at the faces here and say, "Lord, is it I?
Lord, is it me?
We ain't gonna make it known, but I just want to put it back there.
It wasn't me. It wasn't me.
Well,
I love everybody.
We'll let that person just walk away. Whatever that was, do it quickly.
Interesting.
But here's a question for
Church
you.
Church hurt.
So much harder, but again, if you don't want to answer, that's fine. But y'all know I'm just curious guy.
Norm's gonna give it to you straight.
You all are state leaders of the Pentecostal Churches of the Apostolic Faith International.
My Lord.
Based off of that, what opportunities would you all see that if you had the power to make a change or invoke a protocol or what opportunity would
Brandon
you like the organization to take advantage
already.
of?
Brandon don't even like this question
because you are state youth leaders. So is there something that you would like to say? Okay, you know what? If the organization could do this, this is what we should try to do to help our youth where they are. See, that's a positive question.
Dang, Norm, you froze it.
Why you scared to answer?
Some of that stuff might have to be in the.
No, I didn't say nothing was. I said what's an opportunity. Y'all taking it like I said something was terrible. No,
I would say more regional collaborations.
Thank you.
So if we can't do, I'm cutting edge, so I'll take the stabs. But
thank you.
If we can't do the national and international gatherings, if that's I would love to see more opportunity for regional things. So if it is like tri-state, Indiana and Chicago, and it's Great Mountain States, was it Northern California? That now of course y'all's gap is so big, like when it comes to distance. So that's just different. But I would love to see stuff like that, to bring everybody together, because again, too, like Jay said, from the standpoint of a lot of these young people aren't churched. So I would love to expose them to that culture that I had, where it was like we were going, we were together, and we just loved to go there and stuff because it was like, like I want to see my people, so. Yeah,
Austin, that reminded me. The reason why so many of us are good friends today is because.
Hold on, Jay. Look who in the comment section.
Right, yeah, with the popcorn. I'm like,
hold on, wait a second. He's supposed to be on here. He is supposed to be on here.
Terrible.
But like you were saying, that reminded me of the reason why all of us are such close and good friends, and now I'm so excited to see one another is because we always traveled to each other's councils, no matter how far it was.
100%.
Even my father always told me when they were coming up, they were all traveled. They would go to Tri-State back when and travel right on back. So those regionals would be really good. You know who does a really good job of that, I think, is our brothers and sisters of Pilgrim. They have regional conferences all the time.
Yeah, Midwest regional, all that kind of stuff.
Midwest, they do a very good job. So that's really, really good. Pastor London.
I thought I escaped the question.
I'll repeat it.
I remember the question. Yeah.
Okay.
So I would say, to be honest with y'all, So I didn't come from a organizational background, so PCFI is still new to me. Everything is still new, but I'm enjoying it. I'm loving it. I would love for us to be outside. I'm gonna be 100% honest with y'all. I would love for us to go outside. You know how they say we outside. I would love for us to be outside. I would love for us to see different faces. Like to really gather. I would love for us to really go out and gather those ones that's crying out that we don't see inside. Like I would love for us. Like my heart is for, the ones that people don't see. The ones that they want to be a part of that, but they don't know how to be a part of that.
That's good.
Like they don't know how to get in this group or in this environment, but they want to be so bad. So I would love to see opportunities for us to just go outside and really, really let our light shine on a generation that are a little afraid to come inside. For whatever reason. There's many reasons, but for whatever reason that they feel afraid to come in because they feel like they don't fit in or they're not churchy enough or different things that they feel like would disqualify them from being a part of this group. One thing I will say, just as an example, my little brother, youngest brother, just recently started coming back to church, period, and he was restored, got baptized, restored in the Holy Ghost.
Amen.
And we had our church picnic yesterday, And he said, I'm so glad I came to the church picnic because now I feel connected. He said, I feel like I got friends.
Yeah.
Like, and it was just like, it did something to me because I'm like, that's what we need them to, because he was like, it was weird at first because everybody was talking to me and stuff, but I still didn't feel like, he didn't feel
like didn't have eyes just looking at him.
Right. And so now he's
him.
like, we done hooped together. We done did all this. So he like, now I feel like, okay, these are my people.
Yeah.
And so that took us coming outside,
Yeah.
And so I would love to see that. I would love to see it.
That's good.
Wonderful. Brandon, sir.
Oh,
You
no,
look dazed and confused.
Yeah, he was like, "Oh, I'm out."
Oh, me?
Oh, me? Okay. And Pastor B, hurry up and get in here.
No, I think everything that those two have said is definitely great, and even some things in the comments, like I was seeing, like a national youth conference, would be great as well too. I think as far as just the young people for the national, here's a lot I want to say, but I'm trying to say it the right way.
Word is mouth, Lord. Word is mouth.
Well, I'll say what I can say.
Put the Band-Aid off.
Just get them involved. Like, say for instance, I think that young people, because they don't have a lot of experiences with a lot of different things, they're not interested. If they get a certain experience, it can pique their interest.
Right.
Most of the time, we're looking at things from afar, and we're not given the opportunity to be immersed in it. For example, it would be awesome if we have a great missionary, well, not missionary, I don't know what we call him, forget what we call Bishop.
Church development?
No, not church development. We go out to the missions trips.
Evangelism and outreach, or you mean?
Oh, global mission.
Global
Mission. There we go. Bishop Little. I don't know why I can think that.
Yeah,
it would be great if Global Missions would one year say, hey, we're going to sign up 30 young people for free between the ages of this and this. We're going here, and we want you guys to experience what missions is like. Without you having the burden, to pay for it.
Yeah.
And we're going to just take you along and teach you and show you what we do.
Yeah.
And from that, a love could be garnered for Global Missions and somebody who God is calling to reach the nations. But because they may have not had the experience or the opportunity yet to do it, they don't have that fire yet. Or something even on a smaller scale that I see like the musicians do. They get some of the young kids that want to play. They put them up on the stage. They might not be playing in the service, but now they get close proximity to see how
I learned
to sit on the stage, to be before the people, to be in that environment. So I would say that if our church could do anything, it would be to give people more opportunity, to young people, to immerse themselves in the different aspects of faith and the church at large.
Yeah,
that's good.
Yeah,
It would be really dope if we had like a kid/teen conference. That would be.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we do. Like IEEE United, where coming in November.
Detroit, Michigan,
November 20th through the 22nd.
Or that too. I was gonna say too, my last part too, like Illinois and SCDC kind of partnered in August where we did a combined youth retreat. That was amazing. Well, we went down there to Mississippi, and our young people still talk about it to this day.
Yeah.
So stuff like that is needed.
But I think too, it's like what you're saying is like we're investing in the young people. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Like invest the time, invest the resources, invest the care and the love for the young people. Because when you do that, like you said, you referenced, the musicians allowing, the young kids to stand up there. Like,
right.
That's how we grew to love. And, you think about stories that you hear about Bishop Gates being in those rooms at 15. And like, he didn't, you know what I'm saying? It's that exposure. It's that exposure to those things that brings that heart and that love and that hunger for it. Bishop talks about all the time about how, we have like youth in action services. And, it's those services where we allow, the young people, to do prayer, to do scripture, to usher, to be an altar worker, to be a baptismal worker, things of that nature. And it's those opportunities that, we're not going to have you do this every week. But at some point, the hunger and the thirst for this is going to become so great that you're like, oh man, like when is altar worker workshop? When is this, so that we can then, now you got a future. Now you know what I'm saying? Because right now, if you look at it and you say, okay, well, we're not necessarily as, we're not necessarily as, wanting to, not use, but I don't know what I'm trying to say without
people don't want to make room.
Yeah, man.
And it might not be intentional. It might be,
But you know what, Brandon?
But you gotta make room. You gotta make room.
But you know what, Brandon? I don't think that is that's just a church issue. And this
it's not.
I think that this is a Christendom issue, mainly because when I was just having this conversation. I said, when I look at like the gospel music industry, right? And you look at who is the prevalent gospel artist right now, who's still touring. Everybody is over the age of 60.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Versus when you look in the secular world and you got people that's out on tour, most of them are 30 and younger.
That young boy.
You know what I'm saying? And guess where all our kids are at? They at the NBA YoungBoy concert.
They at the young boy concert.
And I mean, they doing all the dances. They doing
packing
all
it out.
Stuff.
I mean, packing it out.
I mean,
I think. Go ahead.
You can't say that they're not. People can't say that young people don't want to be led.
Right.
Like this is when we look at YoungBoy, like he's a leader for them.
They be led by something, whether we know it or not.
Whether we
that's true.
Want to admit it or not.
But I was gonna go ahead.
No, you're fine. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say to that point though, like you said, it's a Christendom thing, and what I've come to realize is a lot of people think that they have to lose relevancy and who they are if they give up space, and people don't want to do that. You don't want to do that because if I give you my position that I've held for 20 years, then what am I supposed to do? Or what?
But here's the thing, Brandon. It's not about giving up your position. It's about put somebody on the side of you that can learn your position. So that's what they know how to do it.
But here's what some of those people say though. If I'm doing that though, then I'm not relevant anymore in the church. I think that we have forgotten that this is not our church. This is not our ministry. This is not our calling. This all belongs to God, and His plan is His plan. Yeah. And sometimes we get so comfortable in our seat that it's warm in my seat. If I go stand somewhere else, I'm gonna be cold.
I like what Dr. Janine Hines just said in the comments. She said Beyonce's kids are on tour with her.
Yes, they are. Yes,
they are learning what she do. And guess what? They already making money doing it. And guess what?
That's what I think.
And got a following too.
They got it. They understand the passing down. They understand that with their children.
I think Beyonce's kids will honor her for that because she gave them a place and a spot to be who they want to be.
So Brandon, so I would submit this then, because we asked the question. We say, okay, well, why don't people want to give up this spot to somebody else? As far as that, to me, I view it as a sense of insecurity.
Oh, definitely.
And the fact that this applause, the lights, this is all I got.
Yeah.
Because once I give this to somebody else, I'm going to fade away into nothing.
Yeah.
Not realizing by training the next, you're remaining relevant because you poured into this person.
Yes.
Right? They'll never forget it.
I was about to say, the person you lift up will never forget you. They'll always mention your name because they realize that they wouldn't be where they are without you.
Bishop Lambert Gates. To this day,
I was just about to say, Norm.
Yeah.
Still talks about Bishop Nehemiah Smith.
Sure does.
Bishop Nehemiah Smith has not. Bishop Gates has reached heights that Bishop Smith had never dreamed of it.
Yep.
But if not for that country man, teaching this guy and sending him off to Illinois, Indiana, the preaching machine, and he still to this day talks about this man.
Yep.
So it's like,
and he lives on through Bishop Gates. But if you don't raise up another generation or help somebody else up, you will fade away and be forgotten because you put yourself in nobody.
Yeah. Yep. That's real.
Or you remember it as a resentment.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
That's tough.
Yes.
You remember as a resentment. Ooh, that's tough.
And now you have nothing to multiply. Like now there's no legacy. There's no all we remember now is what was, but what was could still be what is if you taught me what was.
I know one example that I love, our Bishop Gates. And y'all know this, every time we're at the conventions or anywhere else, what I love is that he always sings the old songs to make sure that the young people never forget those old songs, because that's the foundation of who we are and what we of what we sang and how we came up. Just as past convention, District Elder Settles singing "Oh Come." That's tore the whole church up.
Hey, that's my favorite hymn, bro.
Oh man.
When I tell y'all, see, I was in the back rolling because Austin knows as a musician. So y'all got them the track mics y'all talking to. Y'all had a hidden conversation.
Yeah.
The media people, we have our own little headsets. We had the same conversation. Yeah. Bishop Settle gets up there. Can I take about 1 to 2 minutes? He ain't taking no 1 to 2 minutes.
No.
And he gets up there and starts the song.
Yeah.
And then it started building.
Yep.
It started building.
Yep.
And then the people got with it.
Yeah.
Oh, they got rolling. Then Bishop walk in, you see all the teeth in his face.
Yeah.
Smiling. Everybody. It's crazy, man.
Yep.
I'll admit, us as young people, and I know Austin has made posts about this and he'll agree with me on this. When we were coming up, sometimes we really didn't understand or really care about some of those old songs. But when you get to a place where you have a true relationship with God and you start singing listen, "Oh Sweet Wonder" will tear me up inside and out. Okay. You know what I'm saying? So and what I noticed about at the convention is you had young and old singing together.
Yeah.
Not saying that some of the new stuff won't, but it's just something when those old songs gave relevance to God.
They get passed down.
And you pass it down the correct way.
Yeah.
Instead of just saying like, y'all young people ain't singing the old stuff. Well, you haven't taught us how to sing the old stuff.
Right.
Or what it means.
Or what it means.
Right.
And what it means to sing. And the other thing I said before, I think Brandon, you was about to say something? Oh, I thought you were. But one thing I noticed piggyback what Austin said about training up. One thing I noticed is that what I loved about how the musicians are now, where a few years ago it was just always Austin, Lacey, and Rondell and them always on the organ playing, but now they got other young musicians coming up playing on the main services. I saw Austin in the hallway and I was like, you must be real happy you ain't got to play. He was like, yeah. But that's discipleship. You're training up the next group coming up.
Yeah.
You're training up the next
There's a
group
question in the chat just popped up.
Oh, let's see here.
There's a couple of them there.
There's a couple questions. So Pastor B has one as well, but that's this one.
He should have been.
Are youth leaders required to make financial sacrifices for the youth? Do you have the support from the congregation and senior leadership to have youth programs?
That's a heavy question.
To your first part, yes. Yes. And yes again. Yes.
Yeah, they do. Yes, they do.
I'm not gonna say you're required.
Yeah.
But it happens. Praise the Lord.
But I think anything that you love, you invest in.
That's true.
You won't have no problem with it because
ain't got no problem doing that.
Man.
We're gearing up right now for our very first youth retreat in December, next month. And it's our first one. And when I say we are building this thing brick by brick, we are building this thing.
Yeah.
And money's going into it. Money to where we're not asking in-house, like it's coming out of sacrifices. And so it's something that but because we know like the fruits that are getting ready to come out of it, we have no problem pouring into it. We have no problem taking our money and putting it in a pot and doing it. Like it just comes with it.
Yeah.
Well, I believe being a good youth leader, like you said, Pastor London, you got to be a good marketer too. It's about word of mouth. You got to know, you got to put your stuff out there.
And that's hard. And let me tell you, that's hard. At least for me, I don't think about like recording and taking pictures and stuff. But I understand like now, like today, like most of our young people we get, they're coming from TikTok. Like they're inboxing me like, what church is that? Like they're coming from Instagram. They're coming from social. I found the church that I go to right now from Snapchat.
Oh
I
wow.
seen a clip of my pastor preaching on Snapchat, a 30-second clip. No, it was like 15 seconds. This was when Snapchat first kind of was coming out. I think you'd only do 15 seconds.
Mhm.
I seen a clip and I inboxed the girl. She was my coworker. I said, "Where they at? I need to go visit. I've been looking for a church home since I moved here." And she sent me the
Wow.
address, and I went to visit, and the rest is history.
Yep.
Wow.
I was gonna say, oh, go ahead, John.
So I was just gonna say, yeah. So for me, I have to remind myself to like record, take pictures, like, or have somebody do it because the world does need to see like what we're growing, what we're doing. Like they do need to see what's happening. So social media is not the enemy. AI is not the enemy.
Right.
You know, like we
Right.
have to use these tools for this generation because those are the things that they are on.
That's a part of being a part of that generation, being
Being
aware.
part of that generation.
Yeah.
What were you
I
about
was
to say,
gonna say-
Brandon?
To Jay's point, I got a slightly different thought about that. I
Mhm.
think that a great leader surrounds themselves with people that are capable of doing things that they cannot.
Yeah.
I think that
Right.
a leader does not have to be exact in everything, but if I surround my people like with a great marketer, somebody that knows how to do social media, knows how to do reels, and knows how to do clips, that I don't have to do that. I just got to make sure it gets done. So
Yep.
that's the only thing that I would say. The leader just needs to surround themselves with people that are capable to do what they cannot do. So that means the leader has to be honest with themselves and say, "Hey, I'm not great in this area. Though I'm graced to lead, I am not great there. So God, give me that person. Let me see that person that can do what I can't do, and then bring them in and let them do what they do."
Well, it definitely takes maturity and to not micromanage.
Very much so.
Like you said, if you're not good at something, who is good at this? And it starts with just having a conversation with your youth. All right, I need someone who is good at this specific task,
Mhm.
and I need you to help out the youth pro or whatever you're doing to better the ministry, the ministry. Listen, I don't know. Listen, this has been a great conversation. The chat has been phenomenal. I know Pastor B couldn't get on. Wait, I think he had a question.
He put a question in. Yeah.
Okay, this was his question that he chose to ask while he was eating popcorn.
What do you all think is the biggest challenge against the rising youth leaders of today?
Young leaders of today.
Young leaders. I'm sorry, young leaders of today.
Young leaders.
I would need him to clarify. I don't know which area he's talking about, or just leaders in general, or what is he?
Yeah, if only he came on the show to ask that question.
Right. And to clarify what he was saying.
The show that he's a part of,
Yeah.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. I was just repeating the question.
Oh, okay. If I could say like in just a general context, I'm trying to figure out how to word it, but I would say, at least from a lot of conversations that I've had, I don't want to say it's insecurity, but I want to say it's something along the lines of a lot of young leaders don't want to be, or their intentions to be misconstrued. And so a lot of people think that like young leaders want to overshadow the leader, or like young leaders want to take the place of the said leader right now. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, that's not what we want. What we want to do is we want to develop, and we want to be led, and we want to, and I think a lot of times frustration looks like ambition. You know what I mean? So like, because I'm frustrated, I'm looking for another thing that we can do to fix this problem.
Right.
And so then it looks like I'm being ambitious towards your role. I'm not being ambitious towards your role, or your wherever you are. It's more of, I'm trying to figure out, in my space, where are we going? You know what I mean? And like, that's
a vision.
Yeah, because it's like young leaders, especially in this generation, young people in general, like I said before, the misconception about young people is that we don't want to be led, but we want to be led with the truth. And so we want to be led with the truth. We want to be led with transparency. And so often what happens is if we send any type of anything in there that's not true or it's not right, then we're going to take it upon ourselves to be like, either we're going to create something for ourselves or we're going to, you know what I'm saying? And then that looks like
rebellion.
Yes, it looks like rebellion. It's like, no, that's not what we're trying to do, but
Mhm.
we're trying our best to stay in.
Yeah.
And if there's nothing for us in, then we're going to try to create it. And then when we create it, you know, then we're talked down upon, then we're gonna go out. And then it's like, you know, so I think our intentions, I think a lot of young leaders deal with, you know, the misinterpretation of their intentions. I think that's one.
That's good.
I agree. I'll say another challenge. I 100% agree. And that's why when we first got on, I was like, youth pastor. Because I don't want nobody thinking I'm trying to be nobody's senior pastor, because I'm not. You got to be crazy to even want to be one. I'm sorry. I don't know how people just wake up and want to be pastors. I don't know. I don't understand.
Yeah, I'll be a pastor today.
I do not be understanding, because
It's a sacrifice to be a leader.
Yeah.
It's a sacrifice. But yeah, I would say another challenge though, in being a young leader or youth leader. I'll be honest, sometimes it's the parents that can be really challenging. Sometimes it can be the parents, because I think a lot of times they expect it to be like a drop-off ministry. Like, even if they're there, I'm just saying drop-off ministry in the sense of I'm dropping them off with you. You teach them everything that has to do with God. But then when they at home, I'm a different person.
Mm-hmm.
When they come home, everything that you taught them is going to be completely gone by the time they come to me as a parent, because I'm not who I say I am on Sundays.
Yeah.
Be the same.
When I say, when I say like that is, it's a challenge to put that pressure on the youth leader to be this spiritual mentor, parent, all of these things, when we still have to give them back to you and your care and, you know, everything you have going on. And let me tell y'all, they spill the tea in Sunday school, and
they tell everything.
They spill the tea. And so, and my thing is, I ain't no snitch. So, you know, as a youth leader, I'm not a snitch. Now, unless you're saying something that's gonna hurt you or something, you know what I mean? But I'm not a snitch. So a lot of things I believe God allows us as youth leaders to hear and take in, so we can go pray about these things, right? But a lot of the challenge sometimes 100% is the parents
1000%.
expecting you to
1000%.
do everything, and then you're not taking this, you know, back home. And so now it's like, when they come up to the altars on youth Sundays or whatever, now we gotta fight against what they got going on, but then still have to release them. Like, do you know how heartbreaking that is? You know what I'm saying? Because we know my prayer is only enough to get you through, you know what I'm saying? Like what you're about to go home to. And so, you know, the beauty in it is they keep coming, thank God, you know. That but sometimes, you know, it's really a fight against their home. It's the support that they
I'll say this, they see the light. You know, they see the light in who you are. You know, the Bible says, let your light so shine before men in the world. They see your works and glorify your Father which is in heaven. As long as you keep showing your light to the young people that are coming in from broken homes, from you know, broken families, they're just going to keep being drawn, because they see the light in who you are and the light of your leadership above you. You know, that all goes hand in hand. Speaking of youth leader, Elder Michael Sanford is in the chat.
Elder Michael,
what's up, Mike?
There he is.
Another powerful youth leader.
Doing great things down there in Mississippi.
That's right.
Is it Michael now?
I thought it was Michael.
I said Micah.
I said Michael.
Yeah.
Go. My bad. Go ahead, Brandon.
I was just gonna say. Some things that may be facing youth leaders, things that already been said. There's a lot of things, so I'm sure we won't cover all.
Very good.
But feeling worthy that they are the leader, that they've been called to be the leader at this time in this generation. And then also to not to compare themselves to leaders that are in leadership now. Of course, we look to them as a blueprint. We look to them to help us, but don't compare yourself and say, I have to lead like this person leads. No, God made you uniquely you. And for this moment and this time, you bring to the table what is not here. And if you just submit to give what has already been given, then you're going to rob your generation of something new and fresh that God wants to do.
Yeah,
That's good.
Yep.
That's heavy.
Right. That's
Way to
really
end it,
good.
Brandon. That's what did Jackie say? Comparison is huge. Preach, Bible man.
Oh my
Yes.
God. You guys are killing me.
And
Because
then I would say
I
too,
feel
trying to live up to other people's expectations.
Yeah, don't do it.
Don't do that.
because it oftentimes
Yeah.
I know we got to get out of here soon, but oftentimes us as leaders or just anyone as a leader, period, you get sometimes you get intimidated that this leader down the street is doing such great things for their program and their ministry in their department, and then you're still struggling to get $100 at your current location, and you think you got to put this big conference on because they're doing a big conference down there. No,
Yeah.
be you, be who God has called you to be.
And collaborate. Call and ask.
Yeah.
I ask Brandon all the time.
Yes.
No, seriously. Like
the reason why Jesus called Paul is because he could reach the Gentiles.
Yeah.
Because he knew how to speak their language. He knew how to get to the other places compared to his Jewish counterparts. You know what I mean? So be you, be in your location where you are, and be who you can be. And also, I'm gonna say this to other leaders: let's not get prideful. Let's lean on each other and give support as much as we can.
Yeah.
Call each other for advice. What do you think I should do about this? And let's support one another. Because all departments and ministries are different. Some are small, some are big, but just support, period. Especially when you're the state youth leader or whatever, support one another. And that'll go a long way. And discipleship can happen. And that way you'll pass down,
I'm gonna make my rounds out there to Indiana and to the great.
I was just about to say,
I'm gonna get out there one of these days. I'm just coming to support because I try to support.
If I could say one more thing,
go ahead, Austin. Go ahead.
I know we gotta go, but something that just came to my mind was like, don't hold yourself to expectations that nobody else is holding you to.
That's good.
Like I know there's
yes, sir.
I know that's something that I battle with, and I'm just being transparent. It's like
I'm with you in the same boat, bro.
You know what I'm saying? Like people, like they put you in that spot, and then like I know, like the enemy will start creating expectations in your mind that nobody in the world is expecting you to do. Like nobody's expecting you to make a youth conference with 1,000 people on your first year of being a leader. But something in your mind, you know what I'm saying? And I think too, I would strongly suggest too, like use social media as like a way to get ideas. Right. But don't use social media as a way to track your success.
Yeah,
because you're looking at these other churches and they got
the killer.
You know what I'm saying? And they've been doing youth ministry for 20 years, and you just started. And their conferences, those false expectations will rob you of the beauty of just being a new leader, And
sometimes they don't even want that.
They don't want it.
You don't want it,
right? They're like, you want who to come speak, Bishop? Who is that?
They don't care. They really don't care.
That's good.
Man, that goes hand in hand to all of us young preachers too. We try to sound and act like the one that we respect, but just I thank God for uncles and my parents and aunties that all say like, listen, be you. You can't be us. Just be authentically you at the end of the day.
And they'll tell you that ain't you. Don't do that.
They'll tell you in a heartbeat.
That ain't you. Don't do that no
more. Tell you listen, this has been a great conversation. We want to thank our guests, Minister Austin and Pastor London, being on with us tonight. Listen, Church Nerd congregation, y'all came out huge. Make sure you subscribe to all of our platforms, okay? Be a part of the Church Nerd congregation. Be a certified church nerd. And if you want one of these preachers to come preach for you,
they will come do it.
They will come do it.
That's right.
Brandon, Adriana, and Austin, great preachers. If you want
to preach and he'll sing.
Oh,
yeah, I don't sing.
Yes, you do.
You just sound like this. Look, She don't sing. She go through the church laying hands though.
Man,
I heard what she did at Tri-State. I heard what she did at Tri-State.
I saw what she did at
I
Tri-State.
heard what she
My
did at
goodness.
Tri-State.
Lay the whole room out.
I mean,
I love that.
Jackie
My
McCullough over
Lord.
here.
I don't sing, but guess what, y'all? I did find out I don't sing, but I found out in my prayer closet recently I can rap in tongues.
Really?
Rap in tongues.
I can rap in tongues.
Oh, this is, hold on now.
I
Wait
like
a minute.
Y'all
I love
can
it.
rap in tongues. Get in your prayer closet. You stir it
Yeah,
up. Stir
I
up
like
the
that.
gifts.
Stir it
Stir
up.
the gifts.
Rap in tongues.
I love
I
that.
can rap in
I
tongues.
got-
Like this-
Now, if our guests have social media platforms, tell the people where they can find you at.
You can find me at
Wait, y'all youth pass. Y'all come on now. Y'all youth leaders.
Y'all just got on
Tell me
telling
at,
us the beat. You know what I'm saying?
somewhere. I think
Instagram
I'm
is
trying to get better at this.
my Instagram is it's not black man because people be like Austin Black Man. It's not my name. It's Austin Black Mon, MON.
Black
So
Mon.
it's not Black Man. So that's my Instagram name. Facebook is Austin Blackman. And YouTube, I do got some music stuff out. If y'all want to go get it, you know, Austin Blackman. You know, go out there and get that. I got a new single that came out last year, Forever Our Man. We got Welcome to This Place that's been hitting the radios. It's great. Had some music. Let's Talk. God of Glory, all the good stuff. Had, you know, so if you want to go out and support, go get that. That would be great. And yeah, so that's good.
I love it.
My Instagram is Ayo Adri. Yeah.
Ayo Adri.
Yes. Ayo
That's her rap
Adri.
name. That's why she's rapping in tongues.
Listen, yes, Ayo Adri. I need to change it. It's been like this since high school. I don't know, but I'm for real. I can rap in tongues. I found it out when I was.
Somebody said, "There you go."
Hey, there you go, right
Freddie
there.
said, "Spit some bar."
Next time I'm gonna put a beat to it. I'm gonna record it.
Oh,
Hey, it's a language, so hey, it's a language.
gonna be the one.
NBA
right there.
YoungBoy ain't the only one that can get a bunch.
There it
of
is.
people.
Hey, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking
Because all he doing is rapping in tongues too. We don't understand. And then my Facebook is Adriana London. Our youth Instagram page is gang_FTW.
All right, gang.
Gang.
God's anointed now generation.
Oh,
wow.
Okay.
Oh,
I like that.
That's what
Anointed
gang
now
stands for.
generation.
all right.
I love it.
I love
I love it. Norm, what's our video tonight before we get out of here?
Man, this has been a phenomenal show. Thank you again from Church Nerds. Thank you, Minister Blackman, Pastor London. You know, y'all made this a struggle. I asked a couple different ones, and I just couldn't decide. So you know what? I'm gonna go to this one here. This is one. Now, some of us are familiar with the whole singing a box thing. It was like 4 different boxes or 5 different boxes, and the guys singing, all the notes come together, and it's really great. So I was going to try that myself because I figured it looked pretty easy, right? It looks pretty dope. But then I saw this, and I said I shouldn't do it.
For my life, run because I wanna see Christ. I made up in my mind. I'm gonna run, right on still got time. I'm gonna run. Run. Every day I'm gonna run. Run. While the blood keep running in my vein. Listen here. When I hear the church bells toll, I stop and I wonder.
So it must be harder than I assumed to do this because
Much harder. Clear. My God. You know
They
that's a
do
part
be
of
making
going-
it look easy though. They do.
Yeah,
They make it
that's a
look
part
so
of going
easy.
no grace, man.
Right. No, your lane. Like,
What social media have you out here looking like?
Please.
not every trend is for everybody.
Amen.
For sure. Hey, listen, once again, I am Jay Baldwin with Norman Heat, Brandon Travis, Darrell Walls, and our special guest, Minister Austin Blackman. and Pastor Adriana London. We will see you next time on another episode of the Church Nerds.
We out of here.
Later.
Oh my goodness.